Okay, half for half around the house. It's the third part of building our plow lift. I've got my little Lincoln Weld Pack 100 all ready to go. I hope I don't run out of wire. I thought I had another spool of the same wire. I don't think I do. But anyways, we'll do with what we have. I wish I had more amps too. That does not have very many amps. But it'll burn well enough. I did a little bit of practice goobering right there. It's been a while since I've used it, but I think it'll do just fine. But this is going to be removable. Of course, any of the stuff that you see on here, I'll try to put it down underneath in the description with a link to Amazon. As you saw, we cut some little blocks that are going to go underneath it. That'll work to support it so it can't fall through. And I'll probably weld the support across. And that's the plan anyway, so let's get to burning some steel. You can see right there. It's not going to win a beauty contest, but I believe it will hold together exactly what I want it to do. Okay, see if we can do this without this falling down. We'll try to keep it kind of square. There we go, that's spotted, huh? That's spotted. All right, let's see if we can run this weld here a second. Okay, there's that one. I'll let you inspect. I'm not afraid for you to look at what I do. Just like that. Remember to wear leather gloves because you'll have splatter. I'm going to grab another leather glove. Okay, not the prettiest. Ooh, did you hear that? Something just flexed. I'm going to run over that one more time. Remember, this welder only has a 30% duty cycle, so gotta be kind of careful with that too. Okay, let's give you an overview of what this thing looks like. We just did that. Whenever you screw something up so bad, and either it's the machine or me today, it cannot or will not weld a 90-degree weld like that. So you do what any good person that fabricates is you grind it down and hide it. All smoothed out and nice and pretty. I think I gotta hit this little edge right here. That's a little rough. I did not hit that yet. So I gotta hit that yet. Here's the inside. That. If I was to ever seriously consider doing this for a living, I would have to update some of my tooling to handle it. Okay, shall we see how it all fits together, how easy it'll come out? I would say this weighs about 20 pounds. Not bad. Take you in to show you everything. We've got, as far as side wobble goes, back up a little bit. Not a lot. It's fairly tight. See how easy it comes out. Nice. I can't wait to get paint on it, and I cannot wait to mount it on there. And then I have to come up with, let me explain this the best that I can. This little knobby poo goes through there, and then you pin it on the other side, see? But I added a 1/4 inch of material right here. So I've got to come up, if I just want to keep this bottom portion of the frame, in other words, this portion on and pull this off the rest of the year and not have to unbolt it every year, I'm going to have to come up with a different way to hold that. So I'm going to think about that a bit, or I'm going to be taking it off every spring. So I had to come up with a way to keep that on. So I'm going to weld this up, and then I can remove the pins once the frame's on, and these will stick in the frame, and I can take the pins out, and this will not fall out, and I won't run this over. So let's weld it up. Okay, I'll weld it up. I'm beginning to think that I need to practice a little more. But that's not bad. I mean, it's not holding the world. So let's just see if it fits. A little bit of, yeah, see? Once they're in there straight, that'll work out fine. So I'll grind down the roughness and paint that up. I'll probably paint it yellow. But that is designed, again, because once that frame's sitting out here, you have a 1/4 inch gain there and a 1/4 inch gain there. And you're going to lose your ability to hold this in, and that will fall off and you will run that over. Guess how I know? So yeah, you're going to want that secured. So this indeed will work. There it is. All painted up, frames painted up. That'll be getting installed later, next video. And then we will be installing the winch. All right, and this is what it looks like. We got all the bolts in. We've got the bottom, I don't know what that's called. That, which used to have the pins in it. And if we look underneath here, you can see that that little spacer that I built is in there. It's working as intended. I've got everything double nutted. I didn't want to Loctite it. That can be a pain in the you-know-what. So yeah, essentially that's what it's going to look like. I still have to add some sort of a attachment so that it can attach to the winch, which is the next thing. And this weighs about probably, grab a hold of it a second. I'd say 80 pounds. So not terrible. You don't want that much weight on the front if you can help it. So the less weight, the better. But then again, you want a little bit of weight so that it'll stick to the snow. So yeah, that's what it looks like. It came out wonderful. I wish that I had a dedicated shop to do it in. It would have went so much faster with less frustration, but you use the tools that you have and it came out fine. It will serve its purpose. It will serve the purpose perfectly. So this is Hep for Hep Around the House. If you liked the video, consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.